They look really cool, but are they really? Hey guys, welcome back. It's Tamara and I have a new video for you. Kokoist recently came out with some pretty cool looking new things and I just had to have them the moment they were dropped. They came out with new collections of full cover tips. And they're not just any old full cover tips. They're crazy. Their words, not mine. Crazy full cover tips. We've got 3 different collections and they look really cool. But are they really? You might want to watch. You might want to watch, especially if you're thinking about buying all of these. Keep watching, okay? I also got their fluff set, which looks so cool. I got a couple other things, so we're going to be playing with all of this today. We're going to make a set of nails with one of the crazy full cover tips, and I'm going to show you how the fluff works. We're going to look at it all. So, welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you are not. If all of that sounds good to you, then you should probably grab a drink, grab a snack, get comfy, because we're going to look at a lot of really cool shit. Hopefully I don't end up in prison. Hi guys, real quick before we get into it, I just want to say hi, and I missed you last week. I've been so busy trying to finish all those orders, and I'm really like, they're done basically. I just need to film a video for them and then get them all packaged up. So last week I was like a crazy lady. I just didn't have time, and I miss you. I miss you so much. But I also, if you notice anything, I rearranged. I changed some things. How do we like this? Do we like my backdrop better? My backdrop. Do we like it better? I love it. I think it looks so good. And we're going to organize some things together at some point. I want to redo this, redo that, change some things. Are you interested? Would you like to see me reorganize my stuff? You guys usually like that stuff. So let me know in the comments. Do you want to see me reorganize things? Leave that in the comments. Otherwise, let's get right on into it because we have a lot to talk about, we have a lot to do, and we have some nails to make. So, let's get going. Hi guys! Don't look at my nubs. Don't look at my nubs. We gotta put nails on them. They're naked. They're naked. Okay, so first I was ordering these, right? All these crazy tips. But I figured I might as well order a couple more things while I'm on there because I never order from Kokoist directly. Normally I order from Sweetie because I have a code. But Sweetie didn't have this stuff yet. So anyways, I got their extra long stilettos. And to be honest with you, they look really, really nice. And I love the containers that they use, the little organizers, because you can't spill them. Like, I mean, you could spill one size, but you can't spill the entire box at once. Genius. So my only little problem with these is they're not as long as I was thinking they would be for an extra long. They're more of what I would consider to be a long length. But they're not bad, and I really like the shape of them, and they're very, like, crystal clear looking. They look really nice. They're pre-etched. I think they're really nice. I like how they're so, like, straight. So I will definitely use them. I'll probably use them a lot. They're just a little shorter than what I was thinking, but I could always do the overlay method, put them out a little bit, and make them a little longer, you know? So I like them. I think they're cute. I also, while I was there, I've heard really good things about their Super Bond, their Gel-X Super Bond. This is for applying your Gel-X nails. It's really thick, which I love, because normally if I'm applying my Gel-X nails, I use the Kokoist mochi gel, which is like a clear, almost like a clear clay in a pot. I like putting on my Gel-X nails, putting the nail on, and not having to like fumble getting it in the light and accidentally moving a little bit and then your nail's crooked. When you use really thick products, you can push the nail down, get it in place, get it in there, and the nail's not like slipping and sliding. So I think this is actually going to be really good because it looks very thick. Very, very thick. So I can't wait to actually try this out. You guys, I'm still messing with new lighting. It's killing me. I just sat here for like 20 minutes or more, moving things around. If the lighting is not great, I'm working on it, okay? I'm trying to get like really good lighting, and it's really hard to either not have like a dark spot over here with a bright spot right here, or like, it's taking time, so just bear with me, okay? I got their fluff, so you get 5. You get a pink, a blue, a white, a brown, and a beige. They look really cool. I am gonna try this with you guys in a little bit. We're gonna make a little floofy charm. So excited about that. Normally these things are they're all filled by weight, right? Like that's how they fill the packaging, is they weigh the product that's inside of them. I wouldn't think that one color would be heavier than another, right? But the beige is like a third of the way full. It's like to right here. You can see that? It's only filled to here. And then like, say the blue is filled all the way up to here, which is where most of the colors were. Some of them were like down just a little bit, but like see the pink? Filled really full. The white, I used a little bit of this yesterday, but it still is like down to here. I used like a tiny bit to try this out. So that's not as full, and then the brown one is way up here. So I feel like this is like around where it should be according to like all of these. And then these ones are just kind of low. So just something to know. That's kind of weird. And it sucks because this beige color and the white I would probably use a lot, you know? So that's too bad, but I don't know. Maybe beige fluff coloring weighs more than the blue and the pink and the brown. Who knows? I don't. On to the star of the show. This is why I made the order to begin with. And these are what we're going to be playing with today. Well, one of these. So I got basically they came out with a crazy gel up line. And these ones right here, the crystal clusters, are the ones I was really, really, really excited about because I had never seen this shape in a full cover nail. Normally you have to sculpt with like a dual form, or not a dual form. You have to normally sculpt with a form to get this shape with like gel or acrylic or whatever. So I was really stoked to see this in a full cover tip. I'm honestly probably going to be seeing if I can send these back. Not probably, I am. I'm going to message them and see if I can send these back, which makes me, I love Kokoist, you guys, so this was super disappointing. So I opened these and I realized they're huge. So I will tell you, I have my fingernails, I would consider like kind of small. I typically wear like a 3 or a 2, a 6, a 4, a 5, and an 8. Typically, it can differ, but those are like they're normally around that size. So I don't think I have like super tiny nails or anything like that. But the smallest nail in here, I grabbed it the other night getting ready for this video to just kind of check everything out. And I realized I don't have a nail that I could use for my pinky in here, not even close. So this is the smallest nail. There's no numbering on these. There's numbering on these and there's numbering on these. This set has no number markings. So you would just have to like go through and try everything on. Not that big of a deal, but kind of strange to begin with. And then the smallest nail that they have in here fits my pointer finger perfectly. That's their smallest nail. Is that not the most bizarre thing that you've ever seen? I've never come across that in my life dealing with nails. Ever. Ever, ever. So if I wanted to use these, I would have to file this down for so long to make that fit. It literally wraps around like the whole front of my pinky. And I'm not gonna refile and reshape, or file and reshape this entire thing to make it work. That's so bizarre to me. They're really big, you guys. So if you have really large fingernails, if you have large nail beds, and you like long nails and you like the shape of these could be a godsend to you. Because look at how huge. This is the biggest thumbnail. This is bigger than my big toenail. 100%. I have not tried it on my big toe, but I just know that this nail, it literally wraps around the whole front of my thumb. It's huge. They're really big, so I don't really know what happened. I can't be the only one that's going to be complaining about this and asking to get their money back, because I can't use them. For one, the only ones I'd be able to use would be like down here. I wouldn't have a nail for my pinky. I'd have to file this for probably an hour to like reshape it. And then all of these nails I would never use because they're huge. So super disappointing, because like I said, these were the ones that I was most excited about. They're a very unique shape when it comes to full cover tips. So I'm sad. I'm sad about those. Hopefully they will let me return them. These are really cool. They're just extra long coffins. So something we've seen before, but Kokoist, like I said, these are their XLs. This is their XL length. So when they came out with these, this is what I would consider an XL, but they're a long length for Kokoist. And they just look like a really nice, extra long coffin. They're very clear. They have markings on them. They have numbers. The sizing is all pretty close. Like this is a 3. So yeah, the sizing on these seems to be like typical. These were the ones that I was really, really excited about too, the cat claws. The cat claws. So these actually have a ton of sizing options. You get sizes from 0 to, I believe, 14. Yeah, 14 is the smallest size. The one thing I will say about this is if you order these, go through and check all of your numbers, because all the ones that I've checked, all the ones that I've went to pull nails out of, they've had like half of another number in there. They're like completely mixed up, and it's not like one like flopped over here in shipping. It's like somebody accidentally put like I had like half of my 8s in my 7s and half of my 7s in my 8s. Same with these up here and same with these over here. Like they're all like, they have a chunk of another number in them. It's really weird. But I figured it out. I got it moved around. Not the end of the world. I just want you to know that. So if you get these, just know your numbers might be mixed up. So double check when you pull your number. But these are really cool. I really like them. They are pre-etched. They are numbered. And I love the shape. So this is what we're going to be using today to make some nails. We're going to make some cat claw nails. All right, you're going to want to size your claws. So I think I mentioned, I think they are about one size off. They're like one size big. So I'm normally around a 3 in my thumb. I am a 4 in these. So just go through and size all of your nails. I also will like shape these and buff them first. So with all of my nails, I always shape the cuticle area. And then I always like here, I will just sharpen up this tip a little bit, because right at the tip, it's kind of just like dull and like a little bit chunky right there. So I just take that in. So what you want to do with any press-ons or with any full cover tips, period, you want to hold them up to your cuticle and see, do they actually match up with your cuticle? You want to make sure it's sidewall to sidewall. You don't want it too big. You don't want it too small. And then for my cuticles are rounder than most nail tips. They're usually a little bit square. So I will always take in, like right here, I can feel that like part of the nail go over my skin right there. So I will always take my file and I will take in the corner. Go like this. And then see how you got like a little bit of an angle right there now? You just want to round that off and then round that off right there. And that will already fit and look better. I notice a lot of people that make press-ons, they'll do an amazing design, like super dope. And then I see, and I don't want this to come across mean, but I see like client cam pictures of them wearing the nails and they look like press-ons. I want my press-ons to look like a salon made set of nails. Like I actually sculpted these on my hands. I don't want my press-ons to look like press-ons. And when I say that, I mean when they apply them, you can tell like the cuticle area. That's always what gives it away, the cuticle area. It looks a little bit bulky and very square. Not everybody knows to like take in or thinks about it to like take in that area, because most people don't have square cuticles. Some people do. This is why I would always ask for a picture of your client's hands if you're making them for somebody else, so you can see what their cuticle shape looks like, because they'll apply them and they'll be very squared off, and then after they've applied gel, it gets bulky back here. So the press-on basically just like sits on the nail, and it's not like going in and like getting right in there and flush with the cuticle, because normally when you put on Gel X, you put them on and then you seal the cuticle right here, so it's very, very thin. So what I do is I do that with the cuticle area, like I just mentioned. I will shape the tip. I always reshape the tip a little bit, and then for the cuticle area, I go in with my buffer and I will make it as thin. Not, you don't want it like super thin where it's falling apart, but I will take off some of the nail and just thin it out even more right there, because you're gonna be adding product. It is going to get thicker there no matter what. So if I can get it thinner there to begin with, that's gonna help me in the end. You're gonna have a better outcome and your cuticles are gonna look so much better. Your press-ons will end up looking like a salon-made set of nails, which is what I am always going for. So there's a little tip-a-roo of how to make your press-ons look not like press-ons. All right, first things first, I did not lose my mind. I did this on purpose. You're gonna wanna put your nails on your stands upside down. And I have them on non-magnetic stands because I am gonna use cat eye in a little bit. Magnetic stands mess up your cat eye, just FYI. So put your tips on the stand upside down. We're gonna be encapsulating the easy way. We're gonna fill the underside of the nail with flake. So it looks like you spent hours filing and buffing your little nails, making the most perfect looking encapsulated. I am going to be using this to put the flake in, the Azemi resin. It's just a clear builder gel. You can use a base coat if you want, just a clear gel. The Blanc Blanc flakes, the new salt recipe flakes. Oh my, they're gorgeous. Look at that. Look at that. And then these YOLO Bitch little star glitters. They're in like shredded iridescent glitters, but I mainly want the little colorful stars. You are going to want to paint the builder gel or base coat, whatever you're using, on the underside of the tip, but not where you're going to connect it to your nail. So you just want to hold it up to your nail and just kind of eyeball where your nail ends right here, and then paint the gel to that area. And then just pack it full of flake. You're probably going to have some like on the sides right here. You just want to take your brush and kind of like brush those off and cure it. is the Kokoist Non-Wipe Jelly Top. This has actually become one of my favorite top coats. I love it. You just want to brush small enough, and I've been loving this brush. Also, this brush is from AliExpress, if you missed my most recent AliExpress haul. It is neon green, it is so cute, and it is tiny. I love it. I'm going to top coat where you put the flake. Don't put top coat down where you're going to apply your nail, just where the flake is. And then cure them. The Croissant Pat Art Gel. I'm going to use a couple of the nude colors in here. Well, I'm going to use this nude color and then this like mauve-y color and mix them together. Sonya's little mushroom sponges. A little trick Croissant showed on her Instagram page is, you know when you use your sponge, your brand new little spongy, and you still get like lint and stuff on your nail, she showed using a top coat, like just painting a thin layer of the top coat on the palette that you're using for your gel, and then dipping your sponge in that first, and then the gel, and then you don't get the little linties. Who would have thought? So you just pat, 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 and then pat, pat, pat. I never like to go in with like a glob of paint. You want to kind of just like blend it out on the sponge first, so it's nice and even. So you want it like that, and then you're going to go to the clean side and just blend it out on both top and bottom. Just like that. Super quick. That literally took me like probably a minute to do all of these. These are the easiest nails to make, and they're gonna look so cool. Look at these. If you haven't watched my swatch video of me swatching these, go watch it. Not right now, not right now, but when you're done watching this video, go watch it. These are so pretty. They're insanely gorgeous. I think this is one of my favorite new cat eye collections. They're so pretty, and they're really easy to use. The magnetic particles are like super strong. So even if you aren't a cat eye queen yet, you will be. These will make it look like you are. Like, they're so, so, so pretty, and the colors are just amazing. So it's the brand Bonheur. Their blooming collection. Stunning. I'm just going to be using these three colors, but oh, I love them. I love them so much. They kind of remind me of one of my other favorites, the A to Z Flow Lounge set, Luna carries. They kind of give me like that kind of vibe. They're different, but similar vibe. Very iridescent, very sparkly, and there's just like so much reflect in there. It's just like, are you kidding? If you can hear my stomach growling, no you can't. I'm hungry. So I'm just going to bring this one up a little bit more.
My heart
Now cure them. Look at how pretty. Now we're going to top coat, but I'm going to mix a little bit of the Ungu Dewy powders in with the top coat. Just a little touch, you know, because more sparkle. Oh, like, look at that. Look at that. A literal rainbow. I literally just want like the tiniest little bit. You guys don't need much of this at all if you're mixing it with gel. Like, you can use the tiniest little boop like I just did and it's going to be so sparkly. Like, it's crazy. They're like sunsets caught in a jar. I don't know why I just chose to mix this up with my tweezers, but I did, so pretty. Look at that. Look at that. They make such cool powders, and it just makes it so you can like customize any product you want. You can mix these with, obviously, gel polish, top coats, builder gels, like anything, and make a whole new product. So pretty. And cure. Alright, we are going to be using the brown because I'm going to make a little bear charm. I'm going to use the IFW Babylon nail molds, and I'm going to use these little guys. I'm going to use my charm gel from AliExpress. I recently got this brown one. Since you're squeezing something out of something, there's air in here and you're gonna get little bubbles. So I hate getting bubbles in my mold. So I always take this and I get it all the way down to the tip and I start squeezing it out on here. And then when it starts coming out, I move it right on over into the mold. So all the bubbles are already out, and then you just need to keep squeezing so you don't let go and get more air into the mold. I like to use the tip to like, oh, you can't even see what I'm doing. I like to use the tip to get right on in to any of the little like divots that there might be in there, and then just keep filling it up. There, and then you're gonna cure. I like to cure on this side, and then I flip it over and cure again. So cute. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Oh my, adorable. Adorable. This is my favorite like basics paint palette. These are so opaque. They make doing nail art so easy. It's all I use typically when I'm using like a black or a white or a brown to do like actual like nail art. There, I'm going to cure him. To use the fluff, you need to add a layer of gel. So I'm going to take this top coat. It's the Flicka Non-Wipe Hard Top for art. The main reason I'm using this is, for one, it's non-wipe. You want a non-wipe top coat because then when you put the fluff on, you're not left with like stickiness underneath. So non-wipe top coat, okay? But this one has like a little skinny brush because it's for like chrome art and things like that. So it's just going to be easier to apply to this like little guy, you know? I'm just painting this top coat everywhere. I'm not going to paint it on the eyes or his little snout, just to try to avoid getting the fluff on that, like getting the fluff stuck on that. Don't cure. Alright, I am going to cure him now. Here he is. I'm sorry, but this is so fun. I love this fluffy stuff. Alright guys, we're all done. What do we think? I love them, and look at our little furry charms. Are you kidding? Look at the little bear. Look at our little baby. Oh my, look at him. He's so cute. I love this fluff and I love these nails. I love, love, love the cat claw nails. I think they're so fun. You can make such cool designs, especially ones like this that look like you spent hours encapsulating when really it took minutes. So let me know if you guys are gonna try these, if you're gonna try this design, if you're gonna try any of these products. Let me know what you think. I love you guys so, so much. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you know when I post. I love you guys so, 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 so much. Keep hyping, keep hitting that hype button if you would so please. It's amazing how much hype points I've been getting. It's blowing my little mind. You guys are the absolute best ever. Literally, you're the best ever. The hype button, some of you have asked, it's where the comment section is. So if you go like you're gonna leave a comment, but swipe left, boop, the little hype button will show up. It's like an extreme like. It helps push smaller creators' videos out further. So it's amazing. You guys are awesome. I hope you are having the best weekend ever, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.